The couple have spent the last 8 months travelling from Oxford, England to Oxford, New Zealand and arrived in Auckland today. Kim Chisnell reports.
The very precious cargo arrived in Auckland this morning. British adventurers Joe Bowlt and Tim Nicholson's Morris Oxford, nicknamed Florence.
And we felt for a rather grand old lady, Florence was a really good name. And it's also, there's a park in Oxford in England called Florence Park, so that's where the suggestion came from.
The couple are on the last leg of the adventure of a lifetime, from Oxford to Oxford.
I just thought, as we'd both met in Oxford many years ago, as we were students there, going from Oxford that we know very well to Oxford on the other side of the world and driving through all these fantastic countries would be a very great experience.
They have travelled through Europe, Africa, India, Singapore and Australia before arriving in New Zealand today. They have driven over 22,000 kilometres and the car has had 8 sea crossings. The car celebrated its 50th birthday last year, but has been remarkably reliable on the 8-month trip, with a flat battery and a slightly dodgy first gear being the only problems.
We don't have power steering or engine management or air conditioning or any of those sort of technical things that if something breaks down on those, you've had it.
This mother of all road trips has raised $14,000 for Red Cross and will end in a month. And where else but our very own Oxford, near Christchurch. Kim Chisnell, 3 News.
Well, finally tonight, from Oxford to Oxford, in an Oxford, 2 British adventurers have finally reached the end of a 9-month-long journey to the other side of the globe in a 51-year-old classic car. Alison Harley has the story.
Here at last, after 22,000 kilometres, they reached their destination. Thousands of locals turned out to welcome Florence, the car, and its drivers to the small Canterbury town.
It's been a long way. We've had moments where we've really had tough challenges, but we've kept going, and the car has. The car's been a great credit.
It's been fantastic.
Awesome.
It got us all the way here. It's been quite a long journey and never ever expected this. It's amazing.
The trip began in Oxford, England. Headed across Europe, steered clear of camels in Africa, got a flat battery and a dodgy first gear in Egypt, and avoided the potholes in Asia. 9 sea crossings later, the rear car was delivered across the Tasman and set out for Oxford in Canterbury.
Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
The trip's already raised $20,000 for the Red Cross, and they'll be doing more fundraising next week. The car's one of only 109 Series 2 Oxfords still around, but after 51 years on the road, it's not going to be resting up. After just a week in Christchurch, it'll turn round to do the whole thing all over again in reverse, as it heads back to Oxford in England. Alison Harley, 3 News.
Isn't that great? All those people turned up.
Thousands turned out to welcome 2 overwhelmed overseas visitors.
It's awesome. It's absolutely incredible.
And so ended a remarkable journey from Oxford, England to Oxford, New Zealand. And it was a journey with special meaning.
As well as having great adventure, we felt that at this stage in our lives we should make it a bit more worthwhile and decided to raise funds for a cause that we think is a very worthwhile cause.
That cause was the Red Cross. And today, as the fundraiser came to a close, the bags were packed for the final time in Florence. What else but a 1954 Morris Oxford Series 2.
She's a very simple car. There's very little to go wrong. There's no air conditioning, no power steering, no power brakes, no engine management. There are no computer chips under this bonnet.
A car that's taken Tim and Joe more than 20,000 kilometres across Europe, through Africa, Asia and Australia. Today's final stretch took them across the expanse of the Canterbury Plains.
Beyond there, I thought we'd go right.
And they weren't alone. Vintage car enthusiasts on hand to show the way. A convoy of several hundred old cars led the couple into a buzzing Oxford, down under.
I'm amazed that other people seem to think it's such an amazing achievement because we haven't really thought that yet.
But they'll have plenty of time to think. A brief holiday in New Zealand's followed by a slow return home. In Florence, of course. Tom Fraser, 1 News. A convoy of several hundred old cars led the couple into a buzzing Oxford, down under.
I'm amazed that other people seem to think it's such an amazing achievement, because we haven't really thought that yet.
But they'll have plenty of time to think. A brief holiday in New Zealand's followed by a slow return home. In Florence, of course. Tom Fraser, One News.